If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Last time on Lawful Stupid.
So, last time on Lawful Stupid, we went on yet another journey from Wynn. We've been going through a lot recently, just back to back. These trips, these strange anomalies. Before that, just before these anomalies started having back to back, there were strange dead spots in the torrent, so I think there may be some sort of tear in the veil that's causing us to repeatedly go through these quantum leaps through time and space, given us to by Wynn, and honestly, we haven't had really time to react whatsoever, and maybe, finally, the onslaught will end.
Probably not, though.
Oh, fuck!
No.
So we have a guest with us this episode. I realized last episode I did not introduce our guest right on the get because we had a good story plan, like a surprise kind of situation. But Joe, man, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Like me, or my character?
Yes, you.
Okay, sorry.
You.
Not quite used to this whole guest thing yet. I'm Joseph Timmis. I run the Nerd Asylum community. I'm a big fan of Lawful Stupid. I'm excited to meet you in person at Dralicon. And, yeah, I just really enjoy TTRPGs. Have since I was 10.
Joe, I'm actually just a robot on the screen, so when we meet, this is as real as it's going to get for you right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's actually a filter. He looks way more handsome in real life.
Devin is like the gorillas. He's voiced by a real man from fucking bumfuck Tennessee, but in actuality, everything else about him is just
animated,
computer generated.
Yeah. I love it. I also realized that I've been mispronouncing Dralicon wrong this whole time.
Oh,
I've been calling it Dralicon. And it's Drala.
It is.
I don't know. I feel like the person who spear points it gets to pronounce it.
It originated from a homebrew setting that we started playing in. Because when we got started, when the Nerd Asylum got started, it was just 5 of us. There was me, Theta, Sigma, Dave, and Sekrain. And we played in a homebrew setting that I came up with called Dralenor.
See, I feel like he gets to say how it's pronounced.
After about 6 months of playing, we jokingly said, "Hey, we should get together." And I said, "Yeah, hashtag Dralicon." And it became a thing. And now it's a thing.
I have been saying Drala Bills, y'all, a lot lately.
That's okay.
So I'm probably going to keep saying Drala.
No, I feel like you just do the soft A now. You don't have to do the long A.
Drala Bill. No,
I think you can pull it off.
It sounds good, man.
It still works.
No, just use your kitty voice when you do it. It'll be perfect.
No.
Really, the only thing that matters
See, that
is that we have fun when we get there. That's all that really matters.
I mean, confirm that's going to happen. You don't have to have fun with us, but we'll be having fun. Like, confirm.
For you.
Your entertainment is optional.
Yeah. You don't have to. Anyways, let's get into this episode. So, Kristoff and Rowan have just returned to the group after venturing through a labyrinth when they were scouting ahead. Do you want to, do any segue on that?
I need to actually have like a 20-minute conversation with Rowan.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes.
I can't do his voice.
Rowan's not joining us today. He actually had a different issue, so like he can't be here. But no, I think I'm just gonna come back exhausted. What a crazy 20 minutes of my life it has been through this temporal journey. 20 minutes in real time that has spanned weeks of my life. I'm just gonna come back and I'm just gonna hold Chauncey / Comet, the magical reindeer, and just hope that the ground stays underneath me for a few more seconds.
And you're keeping track of the spell slots you used last time, right?
Yeah, I definitely didn't just hit the long rest button on D&D Beyond.
No, you didn't. Hey, so as you get back, and I guess you inform Atlas on what happened, and the other two party members.
Yes, it was crazy. There was a bear. He was a man, but he was a man bear, but a bear man, and it was terrifying. And Wynn is a dick. We all know that. And apparently he's not just a dick to us. He's a dick to everyone. And that's basically what happened, yeah.
Who ended up with the amulet? Do you remember? Was that you or...
Dwayne, first of all, there was an amulet? No, I think Rowan has it.
Okay.
Because I don't have it. Let me just put it. I think it was very like a symbolic, like, hey, Wynn fucked with you, he fucked with me. Here's an amulet.
I don't remember. I haven't listened to that episode yet because,
either.
And I don't remember it. All the same. So you're sitting there having this conversation, informing Atlas of what's going on, and you feel your book begin to vibrate a little bit. Like
it begins to play the familiar song from the
it begins to vibrate, and like this like gold thick mist kind of like pours off of it, and
this is new.
It swirls up around you and Atlas, and it pulls the two of you out of the fabric of reality.
Not again.
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yeah, and you guys watch. It's a little different because normally you're used to watching the world kind of go grayscale, and then, well, I mean, except for Shane. Oh, that's every day.
Sorry, it took me a second to get that.
He's colorblind.
Colorblind, yeah. Very funny. Christoph isn't. We're in the D&D world right now.
But you can't really tell. He looks just like a normal human would.
Yeah. My eyes aren't fucking a gray just slate gray eyeballs like, the world is dull and colorless. My entire existence is suffering and monotony. Why, God, why? Please slay me. Oh,
I like
well, sometimes.
How Shane jumps straight to like cataracts. Like,
what else would it be?
You gotta slice those things
off.
Wait,
did somebody say cataracts?
No!
Well, if we got barracks, we should have cataracts.
Yeah, you're right.
So the difference there is the world kind of falls away in pieces, like puzzle pieces.
Exactly jigsaw shape.
And as this darkness is forming, it begins to be put back together, piece by piece. And it looks like that, puzzle pieces. And the world around you that forms is that of like a town, like with cobblestone buildings and nicer roofs. And it looks like what you would expect like a royal town to be, where it's like everything is made of cobblestone and stone. Like clearly this town is extremely wealthy.
They have a sewer system. Confirmed.
Yeah. And so at first you're standing in this like empty space. I mean, it's yes and. First you're standing in this empty space, and you're kind of taking in your surroundings. But then slowly, like, the reality is built around you, and you're in the middle of like a battle inside this city. The sound of like shield against sword and spells firing off, and very quickly you can discern two sides of this fight. You can see that there's soldiers dressed in blue cloaks they're sleeveless, but they got these hoods and they're silver trimmed around them, and then they're wielding swords with metal circles just above the hilt. And then the opposite side of this fight is soldiers in like bright red armor with golden accents and huge shields that they're using for both defensive means and offensive ones. And you're watching as they go toe to toe and are fighting, and you notice very, very easily that the people in blue are using much more magic than the people in red are. And so you're thrust in the middle of this battle, and as you guys are like thrust in like an alleyway, so like you're in the perfect position to like see but not exactly be right in the middle of it, you hear a very startled response from our guest as two people materialize in front of you.
Aha! Huh!
And as you turn around...
Ah!
As you turn around, why don't you describe your character for the audience, Joe?
So before you see a older gentleman who is wearing a cloak over top of some robes, and he has some brown leather boots that are laced tight and brown leather gauntlets on his forearms, and pulled back tight is a long white hair, pulled it back into a ponytail with a single black streak over his left eye, and I'm over my left eye. That goes all the way down the hair. And he's got a salt and pepper goatee with very dark eyebrows, and his skin is very light gray bluish, and he's got some really bright green eyes that stand out in contrast to his light skin.
Kristoff immediately taking him as a stranger. Who the fuck are you?
The same could be asked of you, young man.
I'm Kristoff. Who are you?
I am Halatus. And I'm going to, like, stand up straight and proper.
Are you chronic halitosis?
No, just temporary.
Okay, good to know.
Yes, it's not been diagnosed yet, but...
Halatus, what? Okay, kind of more in media res than we're used to. Atlas.
Yeah.
Take up a defensive position. There seems to be combat.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm just gonna peer out the edge of the alleyway here. Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, I'll see what's going on.
You're the fucking Battleborn graduate.
Yeah, Halatos. I see two people fighting each other. Which side are we on? Which side are you on? What is going on?
I do not pick sides in this battle, but we must get to the gem.
It's no time to work out. I do love a good pump, some iron going on, but this does not seem like the time.
Son of a bitch.
No, not the gym. The gem. The gem.
I still hear this.
He means a sparkly
The
stone.
gem, and I'm gonna point towards the center of the town.
I will look and sorry.
I assume I see things there. Dwayne.
Yeah,
paint me a picture.
so when you turn around, you can see this battle unfolding, and it's like you're staring at the open street, which is wide enough for like carts and traffic and a market to be stood. But in the distance, you can kind of see just the top of a like ruby red gem. I mean, so it's like
just the tip of it.
Just the tip of it. So it's like standing above like the roof. So you know it's like super huge, and you can just see the tip.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll ride into your joke real hard so it's less funny. And yeah, so you can see it in the distance.
Okay.
So it's a ruby sticking out of a roof.
No, it's not sticking out of a roof. It's peeking above, right? Like
I see. So I see a roof and then I see a ruby. So like, I don't actually see any red roofs.
Not from where you are.
Okay, understood. Okay, so we need to keep the gym safe. Is that what I'm picking up?
No, we need to get to the gem. It's the only thing allowing the Guardians to make their assault.
Dude, understood. All right, so I guess we gotta make it over to the gym, right? Yes, let's go, new friend.
Ah, friend. Yes, let's go.
Well, you don't have to be so hesitant about it. You could just go with it. You don't have to make it a thing.
Friend, that's a bit forward.
We just met. I don't know if I would say friend.
I love it. Yeah, so you guys turn about face and are gonna head through the battle to get to.
I mean, I'll just levitate over it, right? No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, go ahead. That won't cause any problems.
Oh, that's
excuse me, pardon me. Coming through.
Do you know who I am?
Is there like a side alley street? Is there like
I mean, you're in an alley street, so you guys could take alley streets around towards this gym.
Yeah, we should avoid the conflict
as much as possible. Yeah.
Alex's question: Who belongs to this town? Which colors are protecting this town, and which colors seem to be attacking?
Oh, were you asking me or?
Yes.
Oh, I was looking around. The
stoic. I like
this guy is so old.
Holding his cards close to his chest.
The people in the blue are the Arcanists. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Did I make okay?
Confirm? Yes. No.
And the Guardians have kind of pushed their way in here, and I'm not really choosing sides. No side is better than the other, but they are causing mass chaos and killing innocent civilians, and we must stop this battle immediately.
Yes,
so, blue team is the bad guys we're saying here. Red team is trying to protect the gym.
Who's the home team? Not bad or good, but who's the home team?
I'm the home team.
What color?
I'm on Team Halifax. You've swayed me.
If you were to, pick a team, but not necessarily fight for that team, what team would it be?
The common
Just
folk.
To root for.
Okay. Is they all the common folk?
Do you see that right there? That is what I'm talking about. That guy did nothing wrong, and he's an innocent civilian. And I'm gonna rush over.
Just get murked in front of us?
Yes, and this is the game I play.
I'm in combat. I roll initiative. I ain't letting them murk innocents.
No, not gonna roll hard initiatives on that. So what you see as he calls, like, look that. You watch like an Arcanist cast like an arcane, like an arc lightning spell, and while it dances across 3 or 4 Guardians, you see like a shopkeep who's like trying to get out of the way, get hit by it, and he goes down hard. But the Arcanist doesn't stop; he just continues attacking the Guardians. Like he has no concern for the fact that there was collateral damage.
I'll take a spear out and throw it at his chest.
Sure. Roll ranged attack there. A ranged attack, please.
That's a 14.
Yeah, that's not going to cut the mustard, Big Cheese. So when you do that, you see like this like invisible barrier, almost like deflect your spear as you throw it. And he like turns to see you, and group roll a dexterity saving throw, please. Whole group.
I would love to.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
I can't read that. That's too small.
17.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
18. Okay. Plus 19, 20.
I love the position on his monitor. That means it's like
26.
way up there. I fucking love that.
It's on the ceiling.
I have
it's
that
nice.
monitor, that monitor, that monitor.
No, I love it, man. At work, I have a bank of 4, and it's real nice. Anyways, all of you are going to take half of this lightning damage as the Arcanist like turns that like arc lightning onto you all, and you're gonna take 6 force damage because it's like pure arcane torrent magic.
Where's my calculator?
So it's 6 damage. How much damage total?
You're gonna take 6 because you take half.
Is my HP what it was last session too?
Yeah, you haven't healed up.
Okay.
Yep. Not gonna give magical restoration for you, buddy.
It's fine. I'm just not looking great.
You were in, Devin doesn't know much about
Devin
that. He wasn't even there. Yeah, things happened. So yeah, you guys duck out the alleyway, or do you want to keep toying with these guys?
Are they?
How far is it? How far is that gym that we perceive to be from us?
I mean, that far away from you. I mean, it's a couple hundred yards, easy, and that's just from what you can see. And that was if you beelined it, right? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna follow Atlas, but as I do, I'm gonna pull out my scroll of Create or Destroy Water, and I'm gonna try to put water at his feet.
The Arcanist.
Yeah.
To be clear, he's not chasing you. Like,
I know.
Okay.
This is I'm running the other way, and while I do, I'm like, scroll, go!
Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, so you do that. And I assume Halitus follows or leads, maybe?
Yeah, if they're following, I will lead to the gem.
Okay.
Using my knowledge of the town to kind of duck around and
let's see how good that knowledge is. Will you me a favor and do a survival roll?
Survival? Yes, I will. Let's see.
Urban orienteering.
19 plus 3, 19, 20, 20.
Damn, pretty
22.
Good. Yeah, so you don't have a problem navigating through these alleyways, and I think at one point you even lead the boys through a shop. Like, you guys are going down the alley, and you this will be faster, and you just open a door and usher through, and there's a shopkeep.
Point of order.
What?
Point of order. What kind of shop?
It's like a tailor shop. Nope. Yes, it's a pawn shop. It's a pawn shop. Pawn your wares. I got a guy for that. No. There's a tailor shop, and it's like these elegant dresses that are being made. Okay, so you guys, you're not gonna swipe one for Rowan or for Avia or whatever to take back?
I was like, man, if we run through a potion shop, I'm a little mage hand action going on. Yeah, but no, we are not. So.
No, so you kind of bust through, and this old man who's working on this mannequin in this dress kind of is startled as all of you guys just Scooby-Doo bust through, run to the next door and bust through.
If I may, I'm not sure if it's Scooby-Doo. In Kristoff eyes, I'm going to Ferris Bueller the shit out of this. So I'm going to go through nice dress.
Yeah, there you go.
A kitchen. Smells great.
Yep. Yeah, so you guys bust through the shop and then come out in this next alleyway, and you see a street that's a little more open. There's combat going on between these two sides, but it's not nearly as condensed, right? Where it's if you push through that, you were gonna get hit, right? You can see there's a couple groups sparring off, but you have to cross the street to get onto the other side. How do you guys want to play that?
Brute force.
I mean, so he's gonna do that. He already said it. That's already his plan. So he's doing that. But while he's doing that, I've got something for this. I gotta have something for this.
So, goes through the spells furiously.
Halitus would kind of do that acrobatic, swinging off the walls and jumping over people and just kind of trying to avoid immediate conflict, but not avoiding the conflict.
The conflict entirely. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and twin a spell, Dwayne.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna twin haste on myself and Halitus.
Okay.
Well, because Atlas is fast and athletic naturally. This guy's kind of...
Yeah, that's going to give you a lot of movement speed. I will give you both advantage on your acrobatics check as you're going across the city, the streetway. And Atlas, do me a favor and roll an athletics check as you go through.
And you want us to do acrobatics?
Acrobatics with advantage since you have haste.
Oh, thank God I have advantage.
Same here.
10.
Okay.
16 and acrobatics is a plus 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
My dude.
24.
Was your first one a 1?
It was a 2.
I rolled a 1 and also a 16.
Nice.
Okay, so Devin, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sorry.
It's crit 20.
Oh, nice. Good deal.
Wasted.
Well, is it though?
I don't know. You tell me.
So the way this goes down is everybody stops at the edge to kind of take in what's happening, and Atlas is like, "All right, fuck it, we go across, right? Full speed ahead." And so he rushes forward and kind of runs into some of these guardians who are fighting with an Arcanist, and they turn and just see a giant orc running at them. So their response is to attack, and so he takes the brunt of this attack. You're gonna take 9 bludgeoning damage, Devin, and you two take this advantage because you're like, fuck it, if he's gonna go, let's go right behind him, and use that moment to when he gets hit, you kind of I like to think that Kristoff does one of these not for me and kind of stiff arms, a light stiff arm, and moves around, and Halitosis more because he's a little Halitosis.
It's not his name.
It got me. Halitosis, I think you being who you are and the class that you are, you walk up Atlas's back and kind of leap over the group. And then you guys make it onto the other side, and Atlas, you are able to push your way through and get there with them. You just took a few more points of damage on the way over, and so you guys make it into this alleyway.
Does it look safe?
It does look much safer than where you were. There's no one there that you can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna break concentration. Halatis and I are stunned for 6 seconds. As we kind of just catch our breath.
Atlas, what do you do while they're stunned?
I also just mock them. I just stand there, waiting.
It's kind of this overwhelming flow of energy leaves us, and we're kind of just heaving for a second. I want to make sure I broke that in a spot where we were safe.
Yeah, it's the come down off of an adrenaline.
Off of drugs. I
was going to say adrenaline, but yeah, you can do drugs.
If they made it to the alleyway first, then what I would, as soon as I made it, I would see them and turn around and see if anyone had been following us.
Yeah, do a perception check, please.
14.
You don't notice anybody following you guys. So you guys head down this alleyway, and it's Halithus is still leading you guys, and you're kind of going left and right, and you notice he begins leading you like upstairs, and then you guys go up 2 or 3 flights of stairs, and he shoves up onto the top of a roof. And now you guys...
curiously strong for an older gentleman.
For climbing under a roof? I guess the barrier is low with Atlas. Anybody who's not an orc.
He also did just run over my back and jump over dudes.
That doesn't make him strong.
Yes, and Dwayne, he reaches up to get on the roof, and he's just fucking 16 pull-ups.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, actually, he just pulls the roof down to meet him. Yeah, there you go.
And steps over normal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you just see.
Worth it.
The building compresses just like it was a 2-story building, it's a 1-story.
Yeah, exactly. So he climbs up onto this roof, and you guys can see 6 roofs over. That you get a better look at that gem, and you can see that it's this larger ruby, and it's being escorted by a squadron of these guardians on what you can see is a mechanical contraption. It's got wheels and stuff like that, but it's made of metal, and it's technology you're not specifically familiar with. The only thing that you can really compare it to is the stuff that you saw the Reclaimers using. And so you guys see that.
Alex says, where are they taking that?
Where are they taking that?
I mean, you just know that it's so they started this fight in the east, and they've been pushing in towards the southeast of the city, and you know that is helping them win the battle. You're not 100% sure what it's doing, but as the fight moves closer towards the keep, they're bringing that closer.
Okay. Then I would convey that in... I'm not quite sure what it does, but it seems like it is giving them inspiration or power. It is the key focal point as to how they're moving their troops throughout the city. I think if we take this gem out or take it down or take it away from them, the fighting will disperse.
Interesting.
It's never good when I see Shane's face illuminate this white, because I know what he's doing. He's like, D&D Beyond? What spells do I have?
I know what spells I have. I'm just checking something to see if it works on
non-creatures. I'm gonna cast Banishment.
Shut your mouth, yeah. Oh, we gotta get rid of it? Okay, next question.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Why are the other soldiers attacking it if it's that easy?
How far away are we from the gym?
About 6 rooftops, so like about 6 blocks, give or take.
How many feet is a block?
I don't know. Let me Google that.
200 and let's look it up.
I got it. Of course, my internet's being slow. It'll be about 660 feet per block.
Dang.
Don't quite have the range on that spell.
Which I didn't realize a block was 660 feet. That's interesting.
Now, these tiny blocks are like regular size blocks. 60-foot blocks, like houses that are 60 feet. You know, those blocks.
I got it. Okay, are we roof hopping? How are we doing this?
Big blocks? What, roof?
That's up to you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a better vantage point of what you could see and a bigger.
How far away are the roofs from each other?
You could roof hop.
Okay, yeah, let's hop.
Roof hop it is.
Yeah, I mean they're they're alleyways between them, so you're gonna have to jump.
Yeah, run and jump.
Yeah. It's not just gonna be 1 foot, 1 foot. No, it's a run and jump over the alley.
Yeah, it's like run, jump, roll, land, run, jump,
exactly.
roll, land. Yeah, I got you.
And so
Yeah.
we're not. Are you guys trying to get right next to it or just closer? Before
I would like to get within 60 feet of it.
Okay.
Hallis is going straight for the house that would be next to the gem. He wants to get right on top of it to assess the guard situation.
Okay. So we're gonna do instead of doing multiple checks, we're just gonna do one check. And that's gonna be an athletics check for you all.
Plus 4. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay.
Oh, everybody?
Oh, everybody. I mean, everybody's jumping, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. 17 plus 18, 19, 20, 21.
12.
Okay. So, you three all run and leap off this first roof, and it's about level with the first jump, and you kind of hit and you roll, some more gracefully than the others, and as you scramble back up, you notice the next one's a little bit higher, so you guys jump up and have to grab and pull yourselves up to the next one, and then you kind of make it over easier and easier, and then the last jump, Atlas and Halitus, you guys leap, and it's the longest of the jumps, right? But it's lower, so you kind of leap, and especially Atlas, you feel gravity start to kind of take you, man. And you guys hit this roof, and the way you land, Atlas, you actually feel shingles and stuff like that, start breaking and sliding off the edge. And Kristoff, you leap, and you're oh yes. And then
got it.
You kind of see that you're you're not gonna make it. As you get closer, that this was a piss poor idea for you. We'll let somebody react.
Can I whip around real quick and try to grab his wrist?
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna let somebody react to try and save you. Or you.
14,
you have spells.
15, 16, 17, 18.
I have one spell slot left that I need to do the thing that could have saved me, or the thing that's going to end this conversation.
Gotcha. 18. Yeah, so you turn around and you can see Kristoff coming down, and like you reach down and grab him, and he is like going for the edge, right? Because like he's not really paying attention. You get Kristoff by the horn.
Very sensitive.
And I think Kristoff like yell out in pain, and then you grab his arm and like alleviate that situation as
scurry up like a
quickly
squirrel.
as possible, right? Like let go of the horn. And so now you all are up there, and you're on this roof, essentially above. And as like the you hear the roof tiles and shingles like landing and breaking below, you can kind of hear soldiers like murmuring, and like that got their attention.
Just gonna wave.
How close are we now?
I mean, they're not looking at you, but like you guys, you guys aren't like looking down straight at them, right? Like over the edge, like you're on a roof and you have height. They just that's curious, right?
What's the pitch on this roof, Dwayne? Is it hard
it's
to
about
stand?
it's you know it's about it's got a yaw of 70. No, think like think it's not like a what is that? That wouldn't be like a 45 degree. It's like a slant on it. Like you could stand pretty easily, and like you can like they're not gonna be able to look up and see you.
Okay.
Without like having to climb up on top of another roof or something like that, because you're a couple stories above them. Sorry, what did you want to say? You're within range of 60 feet now, because you're like right next to it.
It's a little wombo combo with a little hasten spell action for a levitate and then a mage hand to grab it.
The gem?
Yeah, so I'm going to cast levitate on the gem. It'll float 10 feet in the air and become weightless, and then my mage hand will come and scoop it up and bring it to me.
So
it's huge, isn't it? It's more than
it's huge, right? So
not when I cast levitate on it. It's weightless.
I understand that, but the thing is huge, right? So you can do all of those things, I'm pretty sure. And even if you couldn't, fuck it, right? But when you bring it, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound
like can you give me how huge?
It's so you're on about 2 stories. And you can see the top of it.
Just the.
So it's about 15, 20 feet tall. That's why I was like, dude, do this. This sounds great. But just know that it's not like a gem coming to your hand, right? Like,
before I do.
Well, I've got a giant thing floating above me.
Yeah, as soon as
my push it away,
my levitate spell ran
fly away into the air.
You have to do it.
Halatus, is this thing precious?
I'm sure it is precious to someone.
Like, just go in the air. If you go high enough, you'll just pop.
Do we need it?
I don't need it, and it's causing all this chaos.
Fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast levitate. Okay. So this is my prepared action. Once they get underneath of me, I'm going to cast levitate, quicken spell, mage hand. Mage hand lifts the stone directly up. I should be able to lift it 30 feet above where I am, and then I'm breaking concentration on everything and letting it crash back down on the soldiers below.
Okay.
As it falls, I want to Barry Bonds it so that it shatters and then falls.
You want to hit it with your axe? Is that what you mean?
I do, with the blunt side of my axe.
Did your screen lock up, or are you just staring at it?
I'm practicing the skill that I stay as still as possible.
He's just DMing right now.
I'm trying to do the math on these ideas. Okie dokie. So, you cast this, you cast levitate on this gem, and, so you notice, the gem, as soon as it starts to float, you hear, what the fuck? Guys, is it floating? And, they immediately notice something's wrong, right? Like, real quick in a hurry. and you see, I think at least Atlas and Halitus are like kind of peeking to like watch, and you see some of these guardians like trying to jump onto this thing and like hold on, but like literally it's meant to sit in this cart, and so like there's nothing really to grab essentially, so like they're jumping and falling.
Just slide off.
And so you, it kind of floats like 10 feet, right?
And my mage hand goes up under it, and this is a bonus action. This is at the same time. My mage hand comes up under it and pushes up.
Yeah, and you push it. Give me the math. So for the D&D nerds out there, I want to know how you got it 20 feet more up in the air.
It's 30 feet more. So mage hand has a radius of 30 feet. Mm-hmm. So it went 30 feet down to where they are. It went underneath it. Well, it actually went 20 feet down because it lifted 10 feet up, and then it pushed up, and then from where I am as the origin point of the spell, it's going to go 30 feet above me. So it's going to be whatever, how tall the roof is, plus 30 feet is how tall it is.
Okay, so it's going to be about 50-ish feet up into the air. Okay. I was just curious where your math was coming from.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's good. I like to educate as well. I just said, fuck it, I don't want to do the math. This sounds cool as hell. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, these are the wheels that are turning when I'm falling through the air like, I need my last levitate spell slot.
Yep. So, Shane, roll me a Arcana check for me, please.
I'd love to. It's really good. It's 21.
So, you notice.
Oh, 22.
You notice as you're lifting this up that it's fighting you. There's this force, like fighting your very ability to like tap into the torrent, to tap into your magic. Like you feel like the suppression, like the entire time you've been casting. You just like, it was not this flow, this ease, like the second part of you. Yeah. That's, I mean, you're a sorcerer. That's you cast, and it's just a part of you. It's not a calculated thing unless you're actually tapping into the torrent with your architect abilities. And you just notice that like it almost feels like those dead spots you were feeling, but instead of like complete blankness, it's more of like suppression. You're still able to push through it. Though it's an incredibly like trying experience, it's like trying to push, higher than your bench, right? Like, but you're able to do it, and so it gets to the 50 feet mark, and you hear the soldiers moving around, and I assume you just break concentration.
Yeah, I do. So once I get it to as high as I know it'll go, and I'm kind of been working and fighting against it the whole time, I'm just like, you can have this back. And I break concentration.
When you do that, it's like this overwhelming feeling of relief as like the struggle that you've been like undergoing for the last 10 seconds as you go through this. It comes crashing down, and as it does, Atlas make a melee attack against this thing with the blunt side of Willow.
Sure.
I'm trying to like.
As it's coming back to the, because it's 30 feet above us. As it comes,
are you
back
trying to volleyball spike it from on top?
Spike it down. Yes.
Oh, yes. There we go. Now it makes sense.
I was thinking to the side because you said baseball, and I was like, why wouldn't you do this when it was levitating? If that was the plan.
Sorry, but it's a little. No. I want more momentum.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're gonna try and spike it down. What was your roll?
Non-natural 20, or natural? Yeah, non-natural. I was confused by that.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah. So as the spell, he drops it and it comes flying down. I think you see Atlas like back and forth, like on the balls of his feet, and as it passes, he just turns Willow sideways and spikes it. And you can feel Willow move with the gem, right? Like you can just feel that perfect connection as it strikes, and you watch as this thing like crushes those guardians. You notice it. You notice not all of them get crushed by this thing, but it lands and it crashes, and there's dust and debris, and you can see this thing cracking and breaking apart. And you hear like the panicked sounds of guardians as they witness like this like gem falling apart and coming apart. And everybody roll a perception check for me, please.
Love to.
11.
I got 3.
Maybe it was isn't that? Maybe I do have the highest.
14 for me.
10.
Okay, so Palace, you can hear in the distance this like you can both hear and kind of feel it, the wave of emotion and cheering from the Arcanist side. Like you can feel that tide in the battle change, and then you can hear that followed with the intensified noise of spell work. And in the distance, you can kind of see Guardians beginning to retreat as like Arcanists are just laying down the heat.
Good job, fellas. Now, we need to maintain the balance and make sure we minimize the collateral damage.
Yes, point me to where I can be of use. If people need aid, I'll go help them. I'm very tired.
And as he like talks about minimizing like the casualties and stuff like that, you guys kind of see in the distance Guardians like now like trying to back up, like do a strategic retreat, and it doesn't take long before they notice like that's not helping because they're just straight up getting murdered. They came in with a very specific plan, and now you 3 have foiled it.
Goofed it up.
And so like you're starting to see them like take heavy casualties. And behind you, you all hear like the weight of like soldiers on the other side of the roof that you're on. And before you know it, there's like 8 of these Guardians opposite side of you, like trying to engage you.
Wall of water, cone of cold.
And you do that?
I got enough left.
I thought you just said you had your last spell slot.
My last 2nd level spell slot, which is what I have to use for levitate.
Gotcha.
I still have my high end spell slots.
I want to look over and say, Hallis, if that stone is still together, if it's completely shattered, does it make them weaker? It seems like that's the case.
I do believe, after seeing everything happen, that this gem was some sort of arcane suppression gem or something. It had an effect on you? And he points to,
Kristoff.
Yeah, thank you. I was blanking there.
Yes, I'm busy. I'm honestly not paying attention on casting spells.
So it being intact currently, even though it's cracked, it's still together. If it is smashed into pieces,
oh, it's crumbling in pieces. Yeah, no, it's like falling apart from the hit. It's just because like how big it was. Like it didn't just like fall quickly, right? It's like a building where it like falls in pieces and slowly staggers apart. Yeah. So you cast Wall of Water and you start doing Cone of Cold. You're able to freeze out most of them, right? Some of them are able to jump through in time. And so like...
They still get hit by the cone.
Oh yeah, they're still going to take the damage, right? Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll that damage?
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, but I mean, you also... Remember, these boys are designed to fight.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm just saying.
No.
So am I.
They have a save to make to take half damage. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. Oh, okay. Oh, and I would roll as worst as possible. I rolled a 2 and a 3. They're not going to win.
Good.
Alright, there's 3 of them.
I rolled really good damage, too.
Oh, nope. I shit you not. Roll 3 d20s. 2, 3, 4.
No.
Then I add... It's 40 points of damage, cold damage.
Holy balls, my dude, you're strong. And so these boys, I'm just gonna make the other guys fail that were on the other side of it, because they would still get hit. The ones that didn't make it to the Wall of Water in time, confirm. Yeah. So
so the ones that they would still get hit on the other side, but also there's an ice wall there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't roll for them, and so I'm just gonna auto fit them. So the 3 that come across, like you see them all like bring their shield up as they like hit this cone of cold, and when they land, like you can tell like they took damage, but it wasn't you can just tell it wasn't as effective as you expected it to be. And these three guys, like it's like a large dragonborn and like a beefier human, and followed by like a dwarf, and they're all in this red armor with like shields the size of their bodies, essentially.
I do just have to say that because of the feat that I took at level 4, they can't have resistance to my ice damage.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they'll still take canonically 40 points of damage.
Yeah,
but Kristoff,
but thematically,
yeah, feels like that's not great. Like, because the act of them resisting, they'll still take 40 damage, right?
Understood.
And so they like hedge your direction to attack, and as they do, the other half of this roof that you're on like explodes, and it's like a flash that you can barely see. It comes from the right, and it's like this flash of light, and this bolt of energy hits that roof, and it collapses, and these three guardians fall through it. And on the other side, across the alleyway, or across the street, you see a man in blue with the hood, and you can see like his auburn hair, and you can see that unlike the other Arcanists, he's got a sword in his left hand, and in his right hand he's got that gauntlet that you all 100% know. But it's a much, much younger version of Fendel. You recognize him very quickly, but he doesn't have a beard. It is the younger version of Fendel.
Fendel!
And he looks across the way at you two, and he says, "You shouldn't be here."
No.
You know us?
It's a habit.
And after he says that, you kind of feel your world be taken away. And it like falls apart in pieces. And Halatis, you are strangely enough left in this like black world, standing next to the two boys. And traditionally, this is the part of the podcast where we allow our guests to give the boys like an item that you have, or like that your character would thematically have. You don't have to put like too much thought into anything other than like something cool your character might have to give them, and then I usually spin it up into a magic item of some kind. They have been giving god fruit. They've been given rings,
bracelets.
What?
Got
Okay.
I got a brooch that clasps the cloak over my robes that is in the shape of a it's like a half circle, and it's got a like key that comes out and kind of forms an upside down T, and in the center of it is a black gem. It's only about 2 inches tall. And I'm just going to take that off and give it to Atlas. And then out of the back of my cloak, there's a feather, a black and white feather that matches the color of my hair. And I'm going to give that to Kristoff.
Oh.
I'm going to take the brooch that's kind of worn on mine. It's just a run-of-the-mill that holds my cape on. And I'm going to give that to you, and I'm going to put yours on. To hold my cape.
Oh, nice. So you give him.
I take my old ratty feather that I have that I keep, and I replace it with this new awesome one, and I give you.
Or canonically, Kristoff pulls out Rowan's hat. I didn't think he would need it. Boop, pops his feather out. Nah.
Oh God, no! First of all, I don't think I could even hold Rowan's hat.
Rowan comes back. Where the fuck is my feather?
I don't think I would survive just contact with it. It's so powerful.
Yeah, and so after you guys exchange these items, you're given this worn clasp in exchange for this much nicer one, it sounds like, which is now canonically Atlas's thing. I don't have anything nice for you. Take what I don't need anymore.
Listen, this represents many battles, many trials, tribulations, but also lots of happiness.
I wiped off most of blood.
Yeah, I literally have nothing to give to anyone. I'm like, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Nothing.
Just a lot of hopes and dreams. I mean, you could give him the promise that if he calls out your name, just whisper your name and you'll show up.
Well, I mean, that's for anyone who I consider a true friend, and as previously mentioned, you're a friend. So if you whisper my name, I will be there.
And in small fine print. It takes time.
Eventually.
There is travel. Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
You have to pay him per diem as well. He's not going to come for free.
Yeah, when you get there, he's like, all right, listen, here's my expenses before I even save you. You agree to these, and we're in. Yeah, so, Hal says you unfortunately are left behind. But boys, you find yourself.
Well, do we have time for parting words, Dwayne?
Yeah, you can have parting words. Absolutely.
Halitus, I have no idea what's going on here. But when the time came and there was conflicting forces, you looked out for the little guy, and thank you for that. We need more people like you.
Yes, we do.
And humble, too.
So humble. We're friends! Whoa.
I'm also a champion of the people who's very full of himself. It's fine.
I knew there was something about you.
You're very handsome.
The champion of the
Halitus, if you get a chance to chronicle this event, ATLAS is how you spell my name. I would much appreciate that.
And if
Are you sure it's an AS and not a US?
Yes.
So it's Atlas and not Atlas.
Correct.
Okay.
But it sounds like the other one you said, but you spell it the opposite way.
You
know what? Do whatever you want.
Oh,
we're kind of like frozen in time, right? We're like this darkened world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of point over to young Findle, who's like frozen now in the distance. If you could just, I know this is strange, and you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you could just go over to that guy and just give him the biggest hug.
I'm not one for physical contact, but a friendly handshake?
Just the biggest, warmest hug. Just wrap him up in your bosom.
I'm confused always. Bosom, is that butt or chest? I never can remember.
It's chest.
Okay.
It's chest.
That makes more sense.
I would consider it a personal favor.
I mean, because it sounds like it would be a butt. Like starts with a B.
It does sound like a butt word, but it's not one.
You two are very unique. I shall honor your request.
Thank you. And in return, here's 50 gold. We've never been to a store ever, so have 50 gold. I'm not even sure if this currency is valid.
Next episode, we're going to go shopping.
For an hour.
For an hour. That's all we were going to do, and now you just spent your gold.
We've never done it. So
yes, well, as I am as a monk and live in a monastery, I have no need for this, so...
He throws it down. I don't need this shit.
He throws it in your face.
he throws it over the roof. Oh, fuck this. He learns a new skill, throw gold coin. It's like a level 3 spell. It just does a lot of damage.
Buy bread for the peasants. Reconstruction. Tend to the wounded. Whatever you need. Help people. Thanks for hugging Findle.
Yep, and so you guys find yourself back on the cliff of the Ridge Crest Mountain. Now surrounded by Rowan, Captain Tyndall, and Graylin the Great. Is there anything,
guys? You would not believe what just happened.
That's where we're gonna stop the episode. As Atlas is like open arm, like trying to explain to everybody what's going on with Comet still, or Chauncey still in form.
Chauncey.
And I think Rowan like taking a nap in the antlers of Chauncey.
Sounds about right.
And yeah, that was our episode. Lots of lots of information in there. Joe, I hope you had a blast, man.
Oh, it was fun.
It's kind of like
I have no idea what Joe's character does. I don't know what class he is. I don't know anything about him. I feel like we let you down.
Man, these guest episodes, you either like drag people through combat or you like take them on like a narrative adventure. So we did the secondary one, which is not dragging you through 2 hours of a slugfest. So,
tell me about your character, Joe. Tell me what.
He's an Air Genasi monk.
He's an Air Genasi? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have never even known.
That's very cool.
Yeah, super good. He was very much a man of the people.
What subclass were you?
Way of the Open Fist.
Oh, that's cool, man. You just like slap motherfuckers prone. It's like, go to sleep. They go, I'm sorry.
The back of the hand.
Yeah, the back of the hand.
Get that from he's just back of the hand.
They go prone, and you're like, also, by the way, stunning strike. You're like, I'm prone on the ground and I'm stunned.
And then he's got to give the people's elbow, right? Like, so you fought for the common.
Yeah, from the top rope.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it was super good. Joe, man, like you came on here, and you have a lot of stuff that you do. So why don't you take 30, 60, 90, maybe like 10 minutes and just
4 hours.
Talk about what you're doing and what you got going on and plug the shit out of your stuff, dude. Because we love everything you do.
It's really not my stuff. I kind of coordinate.
We're currently an avatar for it. Take your credit. You're no longer Halitus. Drop some of the humbleness and promote.
Well, okay, the main thing is I run the Nerd Asylum community, and we do monthly charity streams that are interactive. You don't
have to strip while you're promoting, but I'm not mad at it.
You can.
This is a different show you're doing.
Hot as shit in here.
We do anything for charity.
Because it's an audio podcast, as soon as he started promoting, he's like unbuttoning this vest he was wearing. I was like,
this vest is so heavy.
The tie and the shirt are still on, okay?
For now.
It costs a little bit more for that.
He didn't say anything about pants. Tie and the shirt is still on. Donald dunking the shit out of it.
Just don't ask me to stand up. But yeah, we do monthly charity streams for Extra Life. This year we're doing Akron Children's Hospital every month, usually the third Saturday of the month. We do an interactive D&D stream, or it doesn't have to be D&D. It's one-shots where you kind of gather people from all different communities to do these monthly interactive one-shots and raise money for Akron's Children's. And then the other big thing we're doing is we're hosting Dralicon in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the Grand Wayne Convention Center on July 12th, 13th, and 14th. So you definitely want to check that out, because Lawful Stupid will be there doing all kinds of awesome stuff. I'm not sure. I've been told not to let the program leak yet to the public, so I can't tell you what they'll be doing, but they have a lot of
telling everybody.
Awesome stuff. It's all right.
I'm running a dunk tank.
There you go.
I'm doing.
He's gonna spray paint himself white, like ivory white, and walk around as Atlas.
I'm doing a cakewalk, and I'm doing like a Dear Abby, but like real life in time person. So like it takes all the anonymity out of it, and you'd be embarrassed by your problem. It's great. And I shave you for them. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, Joe, just to confirm, if I wanted to check your charity stream out, where would I go to do that?
It'd be twitch.tv/the_nerd_asylum. But the main link you need to be aware of is extralife.org/participant/the_nerd_asylum, because that's where you do all the donating.
And if I needed to get tickets to Dralicon, where would I get them?
Dralicon.com/tickets.
Too easy.
Yeah.
And if the gnomes and the fairies can cooperate, maybe those links will be in the description.
They will be.
Thank you, Joe, for joining us.
Appreciate you so much.
No, thank you for having me. It was a great time.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Good time to have out. I'm super excited about Dralicon. Like, and I'm most excited about Shane's Pantheon thing, the D&D Sunday School.
My D&D Sunday School.
Mainly because I'm excited for Devin to physically be present and have to be uncomfortable with the fact that this is like a religious thing as well as a D&D thing at the same time. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that.
I mean, it's just, we had to realize that Devin is a man of the cloth for one, count 'em, one whole god, weak sauce. I'm like a man of the cloth for like 20.
Yep. So I'm gonna find my T-Paz mug. 100% gonna find my T-Paz mug and bring it for that, and just like sip out of it. Even when it's empty, I'm just gonna sip out of it. You wouldn't. It's a symbol of our friendship.
Really interesting.
You're right.
So we don't usually talk about this, like the deep mechanics of it, but that feather that Halatos gave to Kristoff, it actually has a magical ability that gives me advantage on all roll for humanity rolls until Dralicon.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So that's a neat thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that now. Hey, Dwayne. Tell me what I gotta know.
When is this episode airing?
This will
be March.
This is March still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. When you say still, I'm pretty sure it's March. I thought it was a safe guess.
Well, last time we did March too. So
it's March.
I mean, we've done like 50 March episodes now, so that's fine.
Those Lawful Stupid Boys were in March for a long time. Change if we're wrong. Just like dub over us. This is April, and the charity
this episode comes out in February.
Yeah.
Get your work cut out for you.
February.
Will this be episode 12?
Yes.
Dude, no one knows.
What is your charity for this month?
The charity for the month in March, thank you for asking, is In the Backlog. What In the Backlog does is currently in the United States, you can actually go to inthebacklog.org. You'll see state by state across the country, there's just so many untested rape kits that are pending process, and it's because of outdated legislation that exists within several states. You can go through each state and see exactly how many in real time are existing in your own state. If you're in the great state of Kentucky, the answer is 0. Kentucky's the best. But other states, they have help. They need help, and this kind of they want to end that backlog of untested kits. So with advantage, we're looking at 15.
Wow, that's good.
$15 to end the backlog to continue with our current trend for the month of March.
The Nerd Asylum is going to roll for that as well.
Ooh.
And that's a nat 20.
Whoa!
Oh, love it.
Oh.
So
that's a first. I think that's the first we've had.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely not.
So I think you double that if you nat 20, right? So that would be 40, right?
Yeah, I mean, those are the rules.
I think it doubles all rolls, so I think that our 15 doubles too to a 30, which means that, $70 for In the Backlog.
He paused to do the math, and Devin's giving him this big, you did it right, those are the right numbers.
Yeah, look at me. Everyone's giving me thumbs up. Like, Shane did math! Shane did math!
Keep going.
Those are both the numbers that you needed. So $70 between Nerd Asylum and Lawful Stupid for In the Backlog. End it.
Yeah, so that was a good episode, and boys, I feel like the only thing that's appropriate now is we play them out.
Bye!
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 Love you, mean it.
You are great. makes me happy.